30 minutes of core strength. Join me. We have a little bit of a standing yoga warm-up, and then we're gonna take it down onto the mat for some advanced core work. I will show all levels, all options. I host live class weekly. I'm a physical therapist as well as a strength coach and a yogi, and an endurance athlete. If any of that sounds like your jam, join me every week. Subscribe to the channel to get notifications for live class. Weights are optional. If you have a weight, you can bring it to class. Always an option, right? Listen to your body. That's my main cue as a PT, as well as a yogi and a strength coach and an athlete. Listen to your body and get whatever you need out of this class, whether it's some stretching, whether it's some core strength, whether it's just some flexibility. Let's start off in standing, reach to the sky. We've got a lot to cover in a short amount of time. We got 30 minutes to get this done. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Let's just start off in standing before we get into the abs. Get some length in your spine. Then exhale, forward fold, bring the arms all the way down. And we're just gonna go through a nice, easy yoga warm-up. Nothing crazy. Just getting warmed up. Hang out here, knees are nice and soft. Just shake it out, release any tension, hold it for one more breath. And then on your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back, straighten at the knees, get a nice stretch in your hamstrings. We'll go through this warm-up sequence about 3 times. Hold it here, brace with your abs, one breath. And then hands come down, step back into plank. First plank of the day. We don't have that many planks, so let's take advantage in our warm-up. Get some shoulder strength going on here. Tuck the chin in, brace with your core. And then exhale, knees down, slowly lower chaturanga, elbows close to your sides. Uncurl your toes, press yourself up into a little baby cobra. Nice mellow shoulder and back extension. Open the chest. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. A little bit of ab control here, so we're not pinching that lower back. One more breath. Exhale, back down. Uncurl your toes, push yourself back, downward facing dog. That is the whole flow for our warm-up. Let's do that 2 more times. We're speeding up. We've got a lot to cover. Walk your hands back to your feet, rolling up one vertebrae at a time, head coming up last. Inhale, reach to the sky, round 2, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, bring the arms all the way down. Shake it out, release tension, knees are soft. Hang out here, one breath. On your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back, straighten the knees, nice hamstring stretch. My runners, my cyclists, who doesn't have tight hamstrings, right? Hold it here, one breath. And then bring your hands down, step back into plank number 2. Again, getting a little bit of nice shoulder strength into our warm-up. Hold it here, brace with your abs, meaning a little bit of tension here. And then exhale, either knees down or all the way down, chaturanga with control. Uncurl your toes, push yourself up into cobra, or if you want to come all the way up into upward dog, if this feels nice, go for it. Pull the shoulder blades down your back. Engage your lats. Those big back muscles, that's what's going to help to stabilize and protect that back. So squeeze, active lats, pull down the shoulder blades. Open here, one breath. Exhale, back down. Push yourself back, downward facing dog, pedal the feet. Give your calf and ankles some nice mobility, flexibility. We need healthy, happy, supple joints, not just strength, right? Last breath here. Let's go through our last flow. Walk your hands back to your feet. Rolling up slowly, head coming up last. Inhale, reach to the sky. Last time through, we are finishing out our warm-up. Exhale, forward fold. Hang out here, one breath. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hands come down, plank. We do have a little bit more planks in our warm-up, not too much. Hold it here, strong shoulders. Spread your fingers wide, push away from the mat. Tuck the chin in, abs are engaged. Hold it. Exhale, lower with control, either knees down or all the way down. Use those shoulders. Uncurl your toes, push yourself up into cobra or up dog. We're moving on, guys. Hope you're ready. Last breath here. Retract the shoulder blades down your back. Roll back down. Push yourself back, downward facing dog. Let your heels just drop. So we're moving on. I want to do a little bit more plank in our warm-up before we get into our main series here. So I'm going to widen my stance. Widen your downward dog. Let your heels drop to the floor. If you got tight calves like me, your heels probably aren't touching the floor. That's okay. That's what we're working on. Just working on that flexibility. Hang out here for one more breath. Drive that booty up high to the sky. Flatten out that upper back. So we don't want to be here. We want to be here. I'm going to widen, so go longer with my downward dog because I want to rock forward into plank. And I want to be kind of stacked. Shoulders right over my wrist. So I don't want to be way far in front. I want to be right here. And then I'm going to exhale back. And then just rock forward and back. Exhale, abs engaged. Inhale, plank. Exhale, back. If your wrists are getting a little sore and you need to take a break, that's totally fine, right? Listen to your body. You can always double up your mat, give your wrists a little bit of extra support. Take breaks whenever you need to, modify as needed. We're just gonna go back and forth with this. I want you to add on, reach with that left hand to that right shin, a little bit of obliques, if you can, and then exhale, other side. At your own pace, a little bit of oblique work. Reach and back. Exhale, reach through. Exhale, reach through. Couple more here. Let's do 2 more. One more time. Walk your hands back to your feet. Come into standing. Last little bit of our warm-up. So I said we're not really doing a lot of planks. I guess we kind of are today because we're going to do it all in our warm-up. The main core section, we're going to get some deeper core work. So finishing out our warm-up, step the width or wider of your mat. And we're just going to walk out into plank and then walk ourselves back just to get those hips warmed up and a little bit more shoulder strength. So inhale, reach to the sky. I'm stepping nice and wide. And then we'll walk it out here, flat back, walk, walk, walk to plank. And then we'll walk it back. It's our last sequence in our warm-up here, just getting everything warmed up, sinking into those hips nice and deep. Again, I'm trying to maintain this flat back when I come here. So bring your feet nice and wide. Give your hips some space right here, right? If you want to add a little push-up at the end, I always suggest try one, right? Get that upper body. All my endurance athletes, my runners, my bikers, you know what? We just don't ever get enough upper body. This is your chance. Adding those weights, adding some planks, adding some push-ups. You need full body strength, a supple, strong body, head to toe, not just our legs, right? Let's do a few more here. Maybe I can convince you to do 1 push-up, maybe 2. If you need to do push-ups on your knees, totally fine, against the wall, whatever. It's all good. This class is for you. I am just your guide. Let's do 1 more, walking out. Maybe 1 more push-up, maybe. No pressure. All right, done with that. Let's come down onto the mat, finishing out with a little bit of a cat-cow, back spine mobility, and then we're gonna get into our core sequence. We got a lot still to cover. It's gonna get spicy. Gonna get some spicy ab work. We've got some deep abdominal core work, a hold we're gonna finish with. We got some flutter kicks, got a little bit of obliques, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. One of my favorite sequences we're gonna do today. So we're gonna start off with obliques. Love my obliques, love my Russian twists. And we've got some flutters. We're gonna change this and we're gonna finish with a hollow body hold. So it's a challenging move. So it requires a lot of stability and core control. So a little bit of everything. We're starting off with our obliques in seated. So if you have weights, grab one for that first move. Maybe even our second move. Finishing out our cat-cow, nice and easy, just articulating through the spine. Again, mobility. We want supple joints, not just strong muscles, right? All right, come into seated, grab your weights. I got a 10-pounder, actually got an 8-pounder today. It's not medium, right? Nothing crazy. Focus on your form first. Again, core strength. When do we want to focus on our core? Now, so that we can bring that into our sports and it's more ingrained in our mind-body connection. Sitting up nice and tall for my Russian twist. Again, I don't want to be here with my twist. I want to be here. Emphasis on Opening the chest lats, those big back muscles. Again, think about that, engaged. Then I'm gonna grab my weights. I'm gonna find that little sit bones, that little sweet spot where I'm really sitting right here, not on my tailbone, here. Abs are braced. If you want to add more balance challenge, you can elevate the feet. I'm gonna keep my feet down, and then I'm just gonna add that twist. So again, we've got 3 moves. Every class, 3, we got this core kind of little power sequence. You can add weights if you want, you don't need to. If you're doing this unweighted, totally fine. Focus on the muscle group that we're working for each exercise. So I want to emphasize my obliques. Those muscles wrapping across, creating power, generating power across the body, right? So take this at your own pace. We've got 3 moves, 3 rounds. Again, weights optional, always great to add on, right? Adding a little bit more intensity, a little bit more strength work to our core. So we're gonna take this nice long first set. We've got a little bit of legs kicking, and that might change in each round. So a little bit of deep abdominal work, lower abdominals. And then a hollow body hold, which is just our static hold. Pretty challenging move. I'll show you options for that. Again, fairly advanced, but modify, listen to your body. Again, I'm focusing on not rounding here. And then I wanna go for some nice full rotation. Really emphasis on getting that full rotation across the body. Really engaging obliques. Let's do a few more here, and then we're gonna take it down onto our back. And we've got some flutter kicks. Might change that a little bit each round. We'll see. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Bring the weights at your sides. Let's start off fluttering the legs down and up. Again, deep core engagement. I want you to think about, as your legs lower, your lower back needs to stay connected to the ground. So when you get low and that back is arching, do not let that happen. So I'm gonna give you a couple of cues. Again, beginners, maybe don't go as low, right? It'll be a little bit easier to control. So if you're having a hard time keeping your lower back pressed down, maybe don't go as low. The lower you go, the more work it is here. Whatever level you are picking, I want you to focus on keeping that lower back pressing down. That's the work, right? If my back is arching, I'm putting a lot of strain on my back. That's not the point, right? Other cues, tuck the chin in. Keep that rib cage pressed down, so tucking the chin in will help you. Other cues, lift your head up. That's gonna help you keep this pressed down as well. So this is not cheating, right? I really just want you to focus on having your optimal form as the legs go down. So if you wanna have your head up the whole time, or even your hands here, and that helps you stay grounded here, I suggest you do that, right? So we always wanna focus on our optimal form. If we're doing this and our back is arching as we get lower, then stop, right? Go to whatever level you can control. Keeping this tight tension, breathing. Let's do a few more. Kick, 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 fast kicks. Get those legs moving, abs deep. Breathing underneath that ab tension. Let's do 4 more. 3 more, kick, 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 fast. 2 more. Tension. Back up, 1 more. Ooh, I'm gonna feel this tomorrow. I have a feeling. And rest. 30-second hollow body hold. I'm gonna show you options. This is advanced. Again, lower back stays pressed down just like in our last move. No space here, right? When I say lower back, I mean glued to the floor. Your level 1 is gonna be like this, right? Kind of easy, right? Level 2, level 3. Right? So you decide. Lower back needs to stay pressed down. Let's start in 3, 2, 1. 30-second hold. Chin is tucked in. Rib cage is pressed down. Connecting here. Lower back super glued to the floor. Again, legs higher is easier. Lower is harder. 30 seconds. We are done in 10, 9, 8, and then we're coming back to those Russian twists. In 3, in 2, 1. Rock yourself up into seated. Let's do it. Round 2. No breaks, right? Focus on this nice rotation, right? Not here. Full rotation. I kind of want you to get to that point where you almost feel like your back is going to crack, you know, like in a good way. Like you're really getting that full oblique across your body. Don't half-ass it. Really get into it. Rotate, right? Nice, beautiful move. You can get some nice mobility in that upper back as well as core strength, right? Love this for my obliques. If this one doesn't feel great on your back, like it's hard to just sit up, your back's getting achy, come onto your back. Another suggestion, I'll give some of my patients even, and just do some bicycle crunches or something like that, right? So when your back is supported on the mat, a little bit easier. So if your lower back is a little sensitive with this one and you're like, I just can't really stay here, then just do some bicycles. And try unweighted as well, right? We're always adding weights, but we want to focus on form first. The form needs to be there, and then we add weights. And why do we add weights? Well, I'm getting extra upper body, right? Especially for my endurance athletes who are not getting maybe as much upper body strength. I'm also getting more work for my core. So if my goal is more defined abs, right, I'm going to add more weights. They're muscles, right? Just like any other muscle. Add weights. Just a few more here. Now, I've got those flutter kicks. I'm going to change the kicks for this second round. So instead of kind of doing this up and down flutter, I'm just going to go like in and out, like little scissor kicks. Last few here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the weight, scissor kicks. On your back, pressing that lower back down. Bracing, breathing. And I'm going to flutter. Or scissor, whatever. You can change. You can make up your own. Just changing the legs a little bit. Same idea. Legs are going up and down. Just giving us some variety for each round. Doesn't really matter. Again, focusing on the form. I like to keep that chin tucked in because that helps me bring that rib cage down and keep everything connected. Right? So when I say rib cage, I mean locking it in here. Like all this. Zip. Zip it closed, connected. That is your base, right? That is your hip and pelvis. That's where your legs run, bike, swim, hockey, whatever. This needs to be locked in. Lock it in. Breathing. Again, another really challenge for a lot of people is, can I maintain that breath while embracing with my abs? It takes work, right? So focus on breathing, still maintaining that ab contraction. Again, head elevated is helpful for a lot of people. You can have your hands here too, supporting your neck. Let's do a few more, whatever version you're doing. 4 more, down and up. 3 more, down and up. 2 more. Last one. Whew, relax. Hollow body hold, get ready. 30 seconds, brace with your abs, tuck your chin in, press the lower back down. Let's start in 3, in 2, and 1, lift. Little C shape here, right? My lower back is glued to the mat the whole time. Not an easy move. Definitely advanced. You've got your options. You've got your options. Whichever one you're doing, make that form perfect. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rock up into seated. Last round. Let's do it. I'm going to try to squeeze in a little bit extra glute work at the end. So we better jam through this because I want to get a little bit of extra glutes in, a little bit of glute bridges. Sometimes I'll add in some squats. Sometimes I'll add in some deadlifts. Today, we'll finish with glutes. Again, focusing on my full rotation. Try to stay focused, intentional. This is your chance to focus. right? So get your core engaged, locked in, so that in the rest of your life, it is just doing that for you. You should not be having to think about it. Now is the time to think about it. Breathing, right? Keep on breathing. Last round, I'm gonna squeeze in a little bit of extra glutes at the end. And our stretching, we're done. That's it for class. Subscribe to the channel to get notifications for live classes. I'm gonna be adding more classes, more strength classes, so stay tuned. Last few here. Almost done. Rotate, rotate. In 4, in 3, in 2, and 1. Last. Lower abdominals, I'm gonna scoop the legs down and up. So I'm gonna change this for my last round. So instead of my kicks, I'm gonna scoop and then pull them back up. Just scooping. Lower. Again, as my legs lower, you better believe my lower back is glued to the floor. We wanna come out of this class feeling stronger, more supple, more engaged, not my lower back hurting, right? That is not the point. Maintain that control. Again, if you don't want to go as low, totally fine, right? Listen to your body, move within your limits, what feels right for you. Few more here. We've got our hollow body hold. Last move, last round, 4 more. 3, 2, 1, relax. Hollow body hold. Let's finish strong in 3, 2, 1, lift. Last move. I'm gonna squeeze in just a little bit of glute bridges because I just kind of feel like I want it today. So we'll just squeeze it a little bit in right before we stretch and then we're done. And that's it. Keep holding. Almost done here. In 5, in 4, in 3, 2, 1. Feet, knees at 90, feet are planted onto the floor, hip distance apart, glute, bridge. Squeeze that booty, come all the way up. Just a little bit of glute engagement. Let's just finish with that, opening up the hips as we reach. Squeeze, always good to get those glutes activated, or especially if your lower back's been feeling a little bit like overworked, get those glutes firing. Get those glutes kicking in, let your back relax. Let your glutes do some work. These are huge, powerful muscles, make them work. Squeeze, each time you lift, squeeze and engage those glutes, each time. We're almost done. Finish up with a little bit of glute activation. Almost done here. Squeeze, squeeze, last few. And up, 4 more. In 4. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's stretch. We're done. Rock the knees side to side. All the hard work is over. Now we get to stretch. Hug your knees into your chest. I'm just gonna guide you through nice little easy mobility sequence. Again, listen to your body, modify as needed. Rock the knees side to side. Give your lower back a nice little massage here. Should just feel kind of nice. Any other stretches that feel good, now is your chance to add them in. Extend that left leg. Shake that leg out. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Hug that right knee into your chest. Give it a good squeeze. Roll the ankles and the toes. Nice, healthy, supple joints, right? We want mobility. How much do we actually work on our feet, right? They just get so neglected. Let's move them around, wake them up, get those toes, joints, ankle, healthy and supple. Left knee, bring that right knee across your body with the left hand. Find that position. That just feels like a good stretch here, glutes, maybe here, maybe lower back. If you rotate more off than that, getting into that lower back a little bit, open that right arm out at about a 45-degree angle. Head goes wherever it feels comfortable. Just release any tension in the neck. Shake it out. Release tension. Inhale through the nose. And slowly exhale it through the mouth. Sink a little bit deeper into that stretch. Again, a little bit of the lower back stretching, glutes, maybe a little bit of IT band. Find that position on your body. So you may look different doing this than me, that's okay. Just whatever position on your body feels right. Like it's getting into that good spot. It just feels like it needs it. And just slow down the breath. The hard work is done. Does not take a lot of time to get some nice efficient core strength, core work, mobility work. You get a lot covered in under 30 minutes. Come back to center, figure 4 stretch on the right side. Reaching through for thread the needle if that feels good to you. Getting to that hip. This is kind of a nice one for almost everybody. Almost everybody likes this stretch, right? It just feels good. Relieving, roll the shoulders, release any tension you feel in the neck and the shoulders, shake the head, the jaw, relax. Let it go. We'll do the same thing other side, and then we are done with class. Take one more breath here. Slow exhale out through the mouth. Unwrap that right leg, shake that right leg out. Same thing, left side, hug that left knee in, ankles, feet, nice little ankle rolls, little toes, move them around. Wake them up. When you're ready, bring that left knee across your body. Same thing, other side. Find that position, that angle that just feels like it's hitting the right spot on you, maybe hip, lower back. Open that left arm out. Getting a nice stretch to the pec chest, rib cage, really opening up that whole left side. And again, head goes wherever it feels comfortable. Maybe just kind of keep that tension out of the neck and just roll, shake the head side to side. Last few breaths here. I love these rotational stretches. Nice for digestion as well, right? So getting into some of these twists in yoga can be really nice for the digestion. And just slow down the breath. Last breath here. And then let's finish with that figure 4 stretch on the left side. If you want to reach through for thread the needle, you can also come into pigeon pose. Any other hip opener that feels good. We are almost done. We've really just got one more move, and that's it for class for today. Roll the shoulders, roll them out. Inhale, on the exhale, push them down the back. Relaxing the nervous system as well. We're all stressed out. Let's just breathe deeply. Relax. Just ground yourself. Relax that nervous system. Relax the body. Relax the mind. Last breaths here. Inhale through the nose. Slow exhale out through the mouth. And then when you're ready, just unwrap that left leg, windshield wiper the knees side to side. Let's finish in seated. And that's it for today. Roll onto your side. Meet me in seated. You can sit however you want. I'm going to sit cross-legged. Doesn't matter. Finish with that nice tall spine that we started off class with. I want you to just take this through your day, focusing on crown of the head to the ceiling, sitting up nice and tall. We spend so much of our life like this. Let's focus on this, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale it out one more time, and then that is it for today. Sitting up nice and tall. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out. That is it for today. Thank you guys so much for coming. I hope you got something good out of class. Subscribe to the channel. More classes are coming. More weights, more core, all that stuff. I'll see you guys next time. Take care of yourselves.